So recently I was driving and there was one person behind me and he was pressing his horn so hard, and suddenly he overtook me and he cut me off. I got so angry. I was like, what is this guy doing? So I overtook and I cut him off and I made him slow down his vehicle. Previously we kind of talked about where does our emotions come from, and we know that our emotions come from God and it's a blessing that we get from God. One person said this, John Bloom said this. He said, God designed your emotions to be gauges, not guides. They are meant to report to you, not to dictate to you. And many a times we have these emotions, right? We experience these emotions and we cannot get rid of these emotions. But what happens is that we make that dictate our life, right? But rather, it should be a thermometer for our lives. You know, there's a verse in the Bible in Proverbs chapter 14, and it says, a sound mind makes for a robust body, but a runaway emotion corrodes the bone, right? A runaway emotion corrodes the bone. That means a runaway emotion is an emotion you're running away, right? And it's running your life. And many times we allow these emotions to run our life, right? I'm overly consumed by them and I believe them as truth. And it doesn't guide us, but it kind of controls us, it dictates us. And we see this throughout the Bible. We see Eve's desire that led to her to take the fruit. We see Cain's jealousy that created him to kill his own brother. Samson's love that he forgot his very own act for the Lord, how he had to surrender his life to the Lord. Abraham's fear that caused him to lie about his own wife. You know, these kind of examples are there even today, right, in our lives. Today, if someone comes and says, I love you, and we feel so romantic, and we're like, oh, she loves me so much, right? But is love only about those emotions that we feel that time? No, love is more than that. Right? And we base our whole life on that, right? And we're ready to give our life for that person. Another example is gaming, right? Many times parents ask us, put off your consoles or switch off the TV, and we get angry and we take it and throw it and break it. Like, I don't like this house. I don't want to stay in this house. We act upon our emotions. It dictates our lives. Imagine we feel betrayed, right? When someone betrays us, we get so bitter towards that person. Given an opportunity, even some people will even kill that person. We are allowing our emotions to dictate our life. Imagine we go out with friends and everyone is jolly and happy and everyone is doing wild stuff. Right? We are all happy, but we end up doing really wild things in our lives. So this is how emotions dictate our lives. So what can I do about this? Remember this, emotions are a compass. It's something to direct your life. It's a gauge, it's a thermometer, right? It shouldn't dictate you. Emotions are real. It tells you where you are. That doesn't mean you have to act upon that emotion. Because as soon as you act upon that emotion, you have directly caused a problem for yourself. In 1 Peter 5:7, it says, casting all your anxieties on him because he cares for you. Today, people are anxious. People worry a lot. And that emotion causes them a lot of trouble. Some people get even physical issues, right? They have breathing issues. They get panic attacks because they worry a lot. They make that emotion dictate their life. But the Bible says, cast all your anxiety upon the Lord, for he cares for you. So how do you deal with this? When you have a particular emotion and you think you cannot control it, find some way to cope with it. You either some people take a walk, right? Some people play a sport. Some people play an instrument. Calm yourself down. Some people breathe. Some people say, what? Let me go back, cool myself down and come back. Some people take deep breaths, or even go to a trusted friend and talk about it and let that emotion go out when you can't express to the right person. So let me remind us that emotions are a thermometer for us, but let it not dictate us. And let this emotion be something that makes us realize where we stand, rather than we act on this emotion and cause a lot of harm to our life. We'll see you in the next session. Thank you.